Got a fun project today. Actually, got this off of Steve Ramsey's channel, and it's all. I'm going to build a router table on the extension for my table saw, and I'm going to use his design of the Shop Notes issue 121 for the homemade router lift. And the only thing is I just watched his video a few times, and then I looked at a bunch of other videos. I'm going to kind of throw in and make my own router lift, but it's all going to be based off the Shop Notes issue 121 router lift design. I didn't have the plans, didn't want to spend the $10 to get them. So all I did is I just drew to scale of my interpretation of what it is. But I'm going to kind of show you what I all did here in the parts. We'll go ahead and start with the plans here. And this is just something I drew, and everything's to scale. Diameter of the router lift. Here's our two pieces actually come up this way. So if you're looking this here is actually, this is the base right here. The exact template for the base. Router diameter there, which I'm not going to do anything. That's just for reference only for this one. These are just for reference only also. It's going to be the hardened maple that comes up, and it'll be roughly about 13, about 12 and a half inches actually up to about right here. So this is actually the base, and everything's going to be going up this way. So I got the base cut out, and here's another picture. I just overlapped it pretty much, and then just redrew the exact same from this pattern here onto here. And then what I can do is I kind of reference the little side for the sliders going up, and drew my own piece for the clamp that'll clamp against the router. So, but this piece here, you can see, this will get cut out just like that. And here's a couple 3/8 inch carriage bolts, and I was gonna use these. What he used was these little wing nuts. The plastic, the real nice knobs. My thing is once I get this thing mounted, I'm not gonna have to take it out and adjust it. And if I do, it might just be just for some service work on it. I might just put a couple regular, nylon nuts on there and just call it good. I'm gonna have a dedicated router in here, so I'm not gonna be pulling it at all. But anyways, this here I can cut this out for a template and use this, and that's one half of the clamp. And I'll show in my other videos. I'll show a little bit more. And then here's another exact template here that I can use. So I can just take this out, paste this on to the board I'm going to be using, and cut this out on the bandsaw. So, like I said, everything is to scale on these, and the rest of it I can, like the runners coming up right here, that I will be able to just do. That's not going to be very hard to do. But let me go through the list of materials. And if you want a more detailed on how to build this a little bit better, I would definitely check out Steve Ramsey's website. He goes through it in depth. I don't have the camera and everything yet to go that far into depth, but I'll kind of show you what I did. I grabbed all the pieces here that I needed that I just kind of watching. Two washers for 3/4, two 3/4 inch nylon bushing. And I ended up, if you watch Steve's video, he says that the bronze bushings are way too expensive, and I don't know, I actually ended up going to Menards, and the steel one that he used in his, it was about $1.50 for the 3/4, and the bronze one for me was about $3.75. So I used the bronze because it really wasn't that much more expensive, and I know it'll do a little bit better for, I don't know. I'd prefer the bronze myself. And here's the coupling, just like he got my two knobs, which I think I'm just gonna save these for a better project, and my set screws. You can see I got my little set screws here. See if I can focus on that there. I don't think it's gonna focus very well. No. Anyways, that's 3/8 inch by 3/4 inch little set screws, and Of course, 3/4 rod. Probably could have got by with a 1 inch or a 1 foot, but I ended up buying a 2 foot because I'm not really close to a hardware store, and I wasn't gonna spend the gas to go back there. It's so easy to cut this. I'm just gonna cut it. But right now, what I have $32 total for what you see right here, and everything else, the wood, the whole works, I already have laying around. So, and I'm not going to do it exactly like they showed it. They showed like I'm going to plywood base. If he's showing his, and this here he glued up 3 pieces of plywood. Well, I don't have enough plywood to glue up that much, but what I do have is a thick piece of poplar that I have, 8 foot long, and I'm just going to use that because that's thick enough. I'm going to use poplar for this here, maple for the 2 runners going up, maple for the little 45 degree that goes, slides up and down, and then maple for this little piece. There's a little filler in here, which I'll go over a little bit later on. And once I get all that built on the side here, I'm going to go ahead and build a router table right there. And as you can see, I've actually moved, and this was in storage, and I need to clean my top. So